You're tired. Not just physically tired, but the kind of tired that sits deep in your chest when you look at your bank account and realize that no matter how hard you work, the numbers just aren't changing the way you need them to. You go to sleep thinking about money. You wake up thinking about money. And somewhere in between, you wonder if there's another way. There has to be another way. Here's what nobody tells you. The people who figured it out didn't start with more talent than you. They didn't start with more connections, more education, or some magical opportunity that fell into their lap. They started with one decision. They decided that trading their time for someone else's dream was no longer enough for them. That decision changed everything. And today, I want to walk you through some of the most powerful small business ideas that real people are using right now to completely change the direction of their lives. Not theories, not complicated systems that require a business degree to understand. Real, actionable paths that work in the real world. But before I get deep into this, I need to tell you something important. We have related programs linked down in the video description below that go far deeper than what we can cover here. If you're serious about building something real, don't wait to check those out. The people who keep waiting are still waiting a year from now. The people who acted are already seeing results. Now let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you actually felt excited about your financial future? When was the last time you looked at your schedule and felt free instead of trapped? For a lot of people watching this right now, that feeling is somewhere far in the past. Or maybe it never existed at all. Maybe you've been running on autopilot, doing what you were supposed to do, following the path that was handed to you, and wondering why it still feels like something is missing. That missing thing has a name. It's called ownership. Ownership of your time. Ownership of your income. Ownership of your future. The first small business idea I want to talk about is service-based consulting. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't have anything to consult about. Stop right there. Every single skill you have developed in your life has value. If you've spent years working in marketing, in logistics, and customer service, in any industry at all, businesses will pay for that knowledge. Small business owners especially are desperate for guidance in areas they don't understand. People are charging anywhere from $50 an hour to $500 an hour for consulting services, and the overhead? Almost zero. You need a phone, an internet connection, and the confidence to position yourself correctly. The difference between someone charging $50 an hour and $500 an hour is almost never the quality of their knowledge. It's how they present and position themselves. That's a skill you can learn. Think about what shifting even from $50 to $200 an hour would mean for you. Picture your mornings differently. Picture choosing when you work instead of being told when to show up. Now let's talk about something that's exploding right now and most people are still sleeping on. Digital products. The concept is simple. You create something once, a guide, a template, a course, a tool, and you sell it over and over again without doing any additional work. That's income that doesn't require you to trade more hours. That's the difference between active income and something that actually gives you breathing room. People are creating digital products around budgeting, fitness, relationships, cooking, travel hacking, parenting, photography, writing, you name it. If you've figured something out in your own life, someone else is desperate to learn it from you. The gap between your knowledge and someone else's problem is where real money lives, and here's the number that will stop you cold. Some people are generating $5,000, $10,000, even $50,000 per month from digital products they built years ago. They're not working on those products anymore. The work is done. The income continues. Let's shift because I want to talk about something that hits differently. Freelancing. Specifically, high-value freelancing. Writing, graphic design, video editing, web development, social media management. These skills are in demand in a way that has never existed before because every business on the planet now needs an online presence. The beauty of freelancing as a starting point is that you can begin with $0 and generate income within days. Not months, not years, days. People who figured out how to package their freelancing into a proper business structure are now running six-figure operations working completely on their terms from wherever they choose. But here's the pattern interrupt. Most people who start freelancing stay stuck at the freelancing level. They never make the shift to building a real business around it. And that's where the gap is. That gap between freelancing and building a scalable business is where people either break through to a completely different financial reality or stay exactly where they were. Crossing that gap requires one thing more than anything else: the right guidance at the right time. Let's talk about e-commerce because the numbers here are impossible to ignore. Global e-commerce sales are in the trillions and they're growing. You don't need a warehouse. You don't need a team of employees. Business models like dropshipping and print on demand allow you to run an entire product-based business without ever touching inventory. Someone places an order, a supplier ships it, you keep the margin. Now I want to be honest with you because I respect you. This is not a get-rich-quick path. Anyone who tells you that any of this is instant and effortless is lying to you. Building a business takes effort. It takes consistency. It takes a willingness to learn from your mistakes faster than you'd like to. But the difference between the effort you put into a business you own and the effort you put into a job you'll never benefit from beyond a paycheck is staggering. One builds something, one just keeps you surviving. The people who have made it in e-commerce will tell you the same thing. They started messy, they made mistakes, they almost quit. And then something clicked. And when it clicks, life starts to look completely different. Social media management is another business that requires almost nothing to start but can generate extraordinary income once you're positioned correctly. Businesses are pouring money into social media advertising and content creation because they have no choice. The market moved there and they have to follow. But most business owners have no idea what they're doing online. They need help desperately. They'll pay well for it. Someone who manages social media for 10 small businesses at even $1,000 each per month is generating $10,000 monthly from their laptop, from anywhere. Here is something I want you to sit with for a moment. The cost of not starting is almost always higher than the cost of starting. Every month you spend waiting is a month of potential income that's gone forever. It's not recoverable. Time moves in one direction. The people who started last year are already 12 months ahead of you. The people who start today will be 12 months ahead of where you'll be if you wait until next year. That gap compounds. I've watched people go from feeling completely stuck, drowning in self-doubt and financial stress, to running businesses that gave them a life they used to think was only possible for other people. People who never thought they were business people. People who didn't have big savings to start with. People who had every reason to believe it wasn't for them. It was for them. And it might be for you too. But here's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't. It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's the decision to get the right help at the right time instead of trying to figure everything out alone. Going alone takes longer, costs more, and breaks most people before they see results. The programs linked in the video description below exist for exactly this reason. They are built around giving you the structure, the strategy, and the step-by-step clarity that makes the difference between spinning your wheels and actually moving forward. Most people will scroll past that link. Most people will tell themselves they'll get to it later. Later has a habit of never arriving. If something in what you've heard today has stirred something in you, if some part of you is saying this could actually be my moment, click that link right now before the noise of daily life drowns that feeling out. The version of you that takes action today is the version that looks back a year from now with complete gratitude for not waiting.